After finishing up work on my first feature film entitled These Lovers, I had a chance to sit down and talk with some of the cast members who played in the film, all of whom did such an amazing job. It was an opportunity to share some personal thoughts and insights surrounding the story, and to reflect on the characters and the struggles they face in the film. Now here's what they had to say.
Charlotte's character ties into the film through her aunt, Grace.
Grace is a maturing woman who is running a hotel. She's a widow, and her husband passed away, leaving her with the responsibility of running the business.
They both sort of reside at the Hotel Grace, and although Charlotte's not particularly happy about staying there and happy about being there, she sort of feels obligated to be there and support her aunt.
I think Grace is, I think she's aged before her time, and I think she's tired. She might even just be tired of life.
August seems kind of like a dreamer. He kind of wants to go places and do things, but he's willing to work to get there.
Nora's in love with August. She's a bit impulsive and idealistic, and, well, maybe I should just say young.
When he meets Nora, it's just kind of like everything changes for him, in the sense of that first time that you fall in love and everything is kind of like flipped upside down.
She's kind of the mindset that all she needs is love, basically, and she doesn't need food or water. It's just the, relationship with him is what's important to her, and her parents are not supportive of that.
He's obviously cares very much for his daughter and wants nothing but the best for her. He just doesn't know how to get her to understand that.
The doting mother, the cute daughter that grows up to be a beautiful young woman, and again, hoping that she's going to be making the right choices.
It's very difficult as a father to stay out of your children's lives. I mean, you do really want to sort of instruct them, you want to guide them. You will always try to steer them out of trouble.
Well, her parents obviously have her best interests, or what they think are her best interests. There's probably a little bit of control issues too.
Coming from a certain background and wanting certain things for her daughter, like all mothers do. They want their daughters to be happy, but aren't always happy with their choices.
Nora's parents see August as maybe not good enough for their family, not good enough for their daughter.
It definitely has to do with money, and I think parents want their kids to be happy.
Money is important, financial security is important. I don't think you realize until much later in life how important that really is.
You'll probably notice in the movie that there's always those differences in generations in terms of understanding each other, but the love is unconditional.
Nora and August seem to be like following their dreams, but they're going in the same direction. Whereas a lot of the other characters are kind of following their dreams and, they're bumping into each other a little bit.
Brody and Charlotte's relationship, each person wants the other person to be something that they're not.
I mean, I guess he has ambitions of being a rock star, or else he probably wouldn't be on the road doing what he does.
So Charlotte would love for Brody to be around more and stick around more and not travel as much.
It seems to me that at least he tries to get Charlotte to come with him sometimes, but circumstances at the hotel suggest that she wouldn't be able to go with him.
There's a huge conflict when it comes to space and the physical distance, as well as sort of the emotional and mental distance that they have as far as responsibilities and roles within their lives. Anand is, if I was to meet Anand in real life, I would be like, that's a great guy, because he's a handyman, he's super nice, he's always there for great conversation, likes to read the same books as me. And I think that Anand's character really sort of puts the divide, the strong divide in between Charlotte's maybe 95% commitment to Brody, and the fact that she's now having these extreme doubts because of the type of character that Anand is. I think that that's where it really starts to develop into a more romantic. And then, of course, when they have little sleepovers and stuff, that obviously progresses things as well. So.
I'm an old, a woman of certain years, but I do remember what it's like to be young and in love. And like I say, when I look at the movie on a personal note, and I relate to my character Grace. I mean, Grace is widowed. I'm widowed. I know what it's like to lose the love of your life at a relatively young age, to feel that you still have to press on, and you do. I mean, that's life. You have to press on, regardless of what it throws at you. And like Grace, there was young people that depended on me to be strong for them and be the mom. And Charlotte needs that with her Aunt Grace.
I've had a rather colorful life, shall we say, and I can certainly understand how at that age she would be so overwhelmed with the emotions that she's feeling. Mate, is that enough to make it last? Honestly, I really don't think so. I really don't think that it's realistic to think that just because you love somebody desperately when you're 17 years old is going to last. I think you're very lucky if it does.
At the age where people first start to fall in love, there is a really idealized kind of very romantic, easy love. And maybe as you get a little bit older from that, things start to get complicated.
In Nora and August's sense, it's that first time, so it's really strong. It's a really strong feeling, and it's almost like you can't ignore it. And like for the first time, you understand that that's what love feels like, you know?
And maybe that's why when people are, do get a little older, they kind of think back and they're like, oh, that easy love, maybe it would be nice to get back to that. So maybe it's kind of a cyclical thing, It's easy, and then we make it complicated. We think, oh yeah, that was actually really nice. Let's not make it complicated anymore.